Tankman isn't corrupted. Now I know what you might be thinking. This is the corruption mod. Of course Tankman's corrupted. What are you, an idiot? Hear me out for a second. But what if he's not? This theory kind of builds off of this theory, so I recommend you watch it if you haven't. Subtitled if you don't understand Spanish. It's only a minute long. Now, onto the actual theory. Tankman managed to survive the corruption. How? He fought against it. He's the leader of his army, of course he fought against it. Anyway, Tankman and his army fought against the corrupted. For the sake of this making more sense, I'm gonna say the corrupted is one of his army members, which would make the Tankmen that appear in Brainstorm look the way they do. But he was eventually left all alone and took off in a tank to find shelter. Why a tank? Well, in Brainstorm, if you listen closely, you can hear a tank approaching BFTF and Pico. According to the wiki, it sounds like a tank, which makes sense. But why would Tankman leave his shelter? For food and water to live. And then sees the trio, mostly Pico, fighting his corrupted army and decides to help, which is why we hear the vehicle at the end of Brainstorm. Now I know there's a couple things that could disprove this theory. For one, at the end of Senpai's week, Boyfriend says one left, obviously indicating Daddy Dearest. But as far as we know, this is the only person BF knows isn't corrupted. Aside from the main cast and Tankman, corrupted BF hasn't interacted with anyone else, at least on screen. Tankman not being corrupted also makes sense from a lore standpoint as to why he didn't appear during Deathmatch. But from a dev standpoint, it makes sense why he wasn't there. But now, to address the elephant in the room. Next time, Tankman. The biggest thing that could disprove this theory is explained in the theory video that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. To sum it up, for those of you who haven't watched it, during the Tankman text, you can also see text that says amalgama. Now if you don't know what an amalgama is, it's a mixture of different things. They continue to say that the corrupted Tankmen jumping off the bridge will form an amalgamation of Tankman for the trio to fight against. And hearing this vehicle makes me think Tankman is driving over to help the trio, not knowing or knowing that his men will form this amalgamation of a monster. It could also just be corrupted Tankman driving in his tank ready to shoot BFGF and Pico. All in all, my theory and this theory mostly stem off the fact that Phantom Fear said in his Discord that Tankman will be one day, which is something that also makes me think he isn't corrupted. However, at the time of writing the script, I have yet to find this message. If only there was a wiki that could show me this message. Hopefully it appeared on screen by now, but that's all I got. Am I right or wrong? We just have to wait about 2 more months to find out. With that, I will see you guys next time.